Learning was paralyzed today at Gatoto Primary School as pupils commenced the first term of this year's academic calendar after long December holidays. Drama unfolded as parents, Mukuru Kwaruben community members and alumni clashed over an alleged takeover of the institution as a public school by the Ministry of Education.
We were called by sub-county education officer. She told us the school has been taken. That was the order from her. Nobody was aware.
Tumekuja tunasikia ati chief ameleta sijui head teacher anakuja kuongea. Head teacher mwenye hata tujue ametoka wapi.
Hii shule is a full public primary school. Wacha na sisi tupate shule ya serikali hapa. Capitation ya serikali ingie.
Reclaim more schools so that our children in Mukuru can access the government capitation.
Police had a hard time controlling parents who had stormed the institution, rejecting the takeover, which they say were not involved in decision-making process.
Shule kuchukua si eti ni watoto peke yake, ama ni subordinate staff, ama ni walimu peke yao. Hapana, inaenda beyond. Sisi kama wasasi, ile kitu wanasema hawajahusishwa kwa hii taking over. Sababu information is power. Wangeitwa Ministry yandikie shule barua officially waambie sisi tunataka kuja hapo tuchukue shule. They sit on the table wa discuss. Waulize nini wanaleta kwa ground na nini hakuna.
Scuffle that saw the director of the institution, an activist Boniface Mwangi, forcibly ejected out of the premises, and a new school head teacher and teachers believed to have been sent from the Teacher Service Commission took over the school.
Today we see new faces. In the name of a head teacher, some few teachers telling us that they are working in this school, they have been posted here by Teacher Service Commission. Where has this administration been for the last 30 years? So that they wake up on Monday morning on 6th of January 2025 and say that this school is switching to a public school without consulting the existing management structure of the institution.
According to the school director, the institution, which serves over 1,000 pupils across all levels of education, has been registered under the Non-Governmental Organization NGOs Act.
Somewhere in December is the local chief, the area chief, coming into the school when we had a BOM meeting, and telling us the school is public. What are you doing here? We have never gotten any formal communication from the Ministry of Education. That also includes the local administration. Most students after class 8 are not able to concede to secondary education and also tertiary institutions. So we initiated this program so that we can provide scholarships to the students and enable them access secondary and tertiary education.
The management now places ex-board members at the center of the dispute for orchestrating the scheme.
The school is registered under NGO. Now it happened individual, a person who was a former chair of PTA is the source of the problems that are being seen here today. They acquired the school document, they went ahead and registered school again, because of their own self-interest. Combo, we are telling you where you are. Stop what you are doing. Na serikali ielewe ya kwamba the person who signed the registration of this school must be responsible.
Efforts by K24 TV to seek audience with representatives from the Ministry of Education present bore no fruit as they evaded the media for comments. For K24 TV, my name is Bentura Kwamboka.
A section of youths from the Mount Kenya region have come out guns blazing, calling out former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua over his remarks on the return of the Mungiki sect. The youths find outrageous that Gachagua, seeking to unite the mountain, would brand a prayer meeting by the youth as a re-emergence of the sect. They're terming Gachagua as an enemy of the Gen Z movement while vowing to continue conducting the prayer meetings. The group, under the banner of Mount Kenya Youth, led by their chair Victor Njeru, demanded an apology from the former DP, claiming that they are the ones who organized the 31st December prayer meeting held in Nyeri County.
Comrades power. Comrades
Eva.
Comrades
Ria.
Comrades Swa. DP. We want to demand that you apologize and withdraw your reckless remarks. And further, refrain. And I want to repeat, refrain from returning us to the dark days where youths were being profiled and denied the opportunity to live up to the fulfillment of their dreams. Was this your New Year direction that you've been promising the people of Mount Kenya region? And also we want to know, if the government was so bad, like you say, why are you fighting back? How are you fighting to get back to the government through the court cases? And initially, why didn't you resign? And we want to now officially, comrades power, we want to now officially declare you an enemy of the Kenyan Gen Zs and the youth at large. Comrades, viva! Viva! We will be conducting. We have seen that you are mumbling because of one meeting. I want to put this to notice, and I want to also let our fellow youth know that we'll be conducting such meetings all over the region to conduct civic education to our people. And we'll be inviting all leaders who have the youth interest at their heart.
Mimi, I was one of the people who hosted that event. I was one of the people, convener, and one of the hosts of that event. And I come from Mokoine constituency, Nyeri County. And Mheshimiwa Maina Jenga, we invited him in the meeting, just as we invited other patriotic Kenyans in that meeting. So Maina Jenga was an invitee in that meeting. And we are the people who invited him to come and give us a message of New Year. And we invited so many people in that meeting. He was just one of the people we invited.
You know, it is very hypocritical, because what exactly is your message? Are you trying to unite a section, or are you trying to unite the mountain, or are you trying to tell us that we should kill some of us because they are thieves and criminals? We are trying to fight a lot of abductions that are happening by known and unknown people every day. And by you inciting the youths, by you inciting people and telling them that some of us are thieves, some of us are criminals, then you're only encouraging abductions every day.
Healthbeat segment, our reporter Bentura Kwamboka meets with the mother-son duo who are defying the odds to grow a Paralympic spina bifida football team, challenging the misconception that children with spinal injuries cannot actively participate in sports. Take a listen.
Sharon Awino's journey into motherhood was nothing like she imagined. Over 10 years ago, she welcomed her son Merlin into the world. But soon after, she learned that her little one had spina bifida, a condition where the spine and the spinal cord don't form properly during pregnancy. Spina bifida affects approximately 1 in every 1,000 babies born worldwide, and in Kenya, many families remain unaware or lack the support systems to help their children. For Sharon, the diagnosis was a heavy blow. The emotional toll was worsened by rejection from her family and abandonment by her child's father.
I gave birth, I was told like my son has spina bifida. I had to Google, seeing the journey, like he can't walk, most of them can't walk, most of them can't play. My son was rejected, he was rejected, so I had to be a mother and a father.
The road ahead seemed impossible for this activist by profession, but she refused to let the stigma define her or her son. After numerous surgeries and years of struggle, Merlin surprised them all when he began walking, a milestone Sharon had once thought was a distant dream.
I keep on pushing until Merlin started walking by miracles of God, because even the doctors told us that for Merlin to walk is 50-50.
Once unable to stand, that little boy now walks with growing strength. His love for football blossomed, but his dream of joining a Paralympic football club was shattered by rejection.
So after Merlin was 5 years, I realized that my son liked playing football. So I started looking for teams that can accommodate him, like Paralympics, but I didn't get, since all of them were saying children with spina bifida can't play football. The affair is when the child, let's say when akianguka, so they're like, we ameanguka na mgongo, ameanguka na kichwa, because you see for hydroids, head, for spine is, so they're like, no, mtoto wangu ataumia.
But his dream of joining a Paralympics football club was shattered by rejection. Determined not to let this setback derail his dreams, Sharon, a former footballer, decided to take matters into her own hands. She began coaching Merlin, helping him pursue the greatness he desired.
since I was once a footballer, I was like, let me be the coach to Marlin. So I started teaching him on football, but when he was growing up, I came and realized like Marlin doesn't want to play like a football player in the field, but he wants to be a defender. So I was like, a goal defender, then I can teach you more. So
I started playing football because I saw it's cooperating and my friends love it, and to show people disability is not inability. And the thing that made me to leave the other things because I was doing hockey and tennis. Hockey I didn't do because we can't bend for a long time, and so it's kind of not safe for us.
Their journey to greatness has not been easy, facing resistance at every step.
The challenges that we are facing sana, niwa mzazi kubali mtoi akuje acheze field, it's so difficult. So you see, most of the time, sometimes Marlin play with the other normal kids, but they don't want to play with him that much because wanasema tunaweza muumiza, and for him is like, no, we can just play.
Sharon's hope is clear: to build a team for her son and other children living with spina bifida so they too can compete in the Paralympics. Just like Kenyan Paralympian Helen Owira Kariuki, who was born with spina bifida and has risen to become an accomplished athlete, Marlin is determined to push through the limitation others say.
The journey starts the day that you'll accept that you have this child. I know acceptance ndio Kenya inatuumiza as parents because of the community, but siku yenye uta-accept mtoi, that is when you'll wake up from your dreams. That is when you'll realize kumbe kuna kitu nilikuwa nakosea mtoto wangu.
Stop throwing the disability children along the streets. They say they can't do, but they can do more than that. I play football. Yeah, and some people, they don't have both hands, but they play in, how do you call it, bike racing. If you don't have hope, nothing else is remaining.
Bentura Kwamboka, K24, Healthbeat.
Well, let's now get some business news. Kenya's economic transformation depends to a significant extent on growth in value addition of raw materials and expansion of manufacturing across key value chains. The government is to this end establishing the Kenya Leather Industrial Park in Kenanie, Machakos County as one of the interventions for value addition and manufacturing to push the annual contribution of the leather industry from the current 15 billion shillings to 175 billion shillings and industry jobs from 17,000 currently to 100,000. A common use of facility of effluent treatment plant to treat water for manufacturing leather is already complete. The effluent treatment plant will clean effluents from the EPZ factories on Mombasa Road and Athi River and from the leather factories at Clip.
By 31st of March this year, we are trying our best, the various state departments and ministries, because there is a Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development, but also the Ministry of Investment, Promotion, Trade and Industry, and we are working hard to make sure that we deliver. We propose to transform within the livestock sector, the leather industry, to make it achieve two things. One, to ensure that the leather industry is able to inject 120 billion shillings into the economy by 2027, up from the current 15 billion shillings annually. Secondly, to ensure that the leather industry is able to generate 100,000 jobs, up from the current 17,000 jobs.
Well, we'll take another break right here on Evening Edition. Coming right up next is some sports news with Chris Miguel.
Raundi January tuna survive na maringos, manjoti, mabike, mapopcorns. All the bets up. Very nice. Very nice.
Skuma Januari na Odibets. Wekelea kwa Odibets app upate za kupiga.